are going to have a series of quick time events. And as long as you are a little bit patient, you should be okay. Although the developers seem to be very generous with timing in this first segment.
He was still after that eye, despite my trying to stop him.
I thought the whole point of this segment was to get Achaka an eye, so he could re-enter the tournament. Dilly-dally in this area here. It looks like this rope is attached to the cage. So I'm going to say Stalama.
Stalama! Stalama!
Because it looks like if he loosens the rope, then we will drop down into these lovely spears down here. And this chain looks like it should take us across.
Afanada! Afanada!
Now, usually I like to think the best of people, but it seemed like Achaka was trying to escape without us, and only turned back to save us when he realised that he needed us, as it seems like he can't fit through this little flap here.
Hey, good looking out.
Achaka.
Do you want a friendship bell? Yeah, probably should hang on to it. What do you say we squash our differences?
Afamata.
I think I saw a smile. Feast your eyes on this. I know, probably not exciting for a seasoned adventurer like yourself. Hey, can I get you to sign this?
Stalama.
You're right. let's get out of the cave first. Get a load of this guy.
Ooh.
My thoughts exactly.
There isn't actually anything we can do in this area. All that we can interact with is Achaka himself and this door here. Okay, let's go back. Or maybe not.
That dragon was certainly not on a short leash.
So it seems like this bell makes the dragon move. Now what we have here is a puzzle, which you may have already guessed. Let me start off and I'll show you how it all works.
Buta!
Off and up.
So as we place a shield on these plinths, Achaka will ask us whether he wants us to shoot or not, and as you can see, this rope attaches to these weapon racks. So we need to manipulate the environment to get the arrow with the rope attached onto the dragon's tail.
Buta!
Off and up.
But as you can see, these weapons racks are in the way at times, although they are helpful in getting us across the ravines. Or the gaps, should I say. These aren't really ravines. But we can push these out the way.
Buta!
Off and up.
This isn't too hard to figure out.
Buta!
We'll say Stellama for now,
Stellama.
as I'm not sure how we will get across without this rope. Now you may notice that there is a rather large shield to the right of us.
Buta!
Off and up.
Buta!
Buta indeed.
Afanada.
Alright, that means the puzzle is solved. Now we just need to go back and ring that bell. Alright, so it seems like he is actually going to help us out with escaping. Yeah, this game can be a little bit buggy sometimes. And what this means now is that we can use the bow and the rope effectively.
Perhaps there's an addendum that will let you back into the tournament if you bring back an eye?
Shreki. Afamata.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Whose is that table and chair right there? So I'm a little bit confused with this because at first we're trying to get him an eye, and then we're trying not to get him an eye, and now we're trying to get him an eye again. Are you okay there, Chaka? Do you need some help?
Shreki. Buta.
There is a hidden timer with this one, so I'm going to choose Stalama for now, and we'll talk a little bit later.
Stalama, Stalama! I'm done. I am done. This is not for me.
Going somewhere?
Yes, I'm going home, where I belong. I was promised wonder and adventure and fantastical floating islands. And what I got was a Daventry that will never live up to what it once was.
Daventry needs you, Graham. I know it's not what you expected, but give it time. We can work through the kinks together. It can be great once again with the right people in charge.
I'm not that person. And you should stop believing in me. It could get you killed.
Fine. Leave. Be a dentist for all I care. I guess Achaka was wrong.
What?
Nothing. It was nice meeting you, Graham.
Spill it!
Well, Achaka and I were chatting during your chivalry test, and he had some thoughts about you. Didn't you find it odd that Achaka entered this tournament, Graham? Did he ever tell you why?
He might have. But I only learned 2 words of his language.
A horrendous famine struck Achaka's village, Ichtue. He left his suffering family to enter this tournament. He hoped to seek an audience with the king to plead for help. It was a long shot, even for him.
Oh, great. So because of me, a whole village will starve. That makes me feel better.
No. Because of you, a village will be saved. Achaka was impressed by you. He told me he was watching you on your travels to Daventry, and that you seemed like the type of person that could inspire change. More so than those bucketheads, anyways. If you're not going to compete for yourself or me, do it for the Ichtuans. They need you. You're their last hope.
Where did Manny get that hat from? So regardless of her choice, Achaka still dies, and the dragon still gets an arrow to the eye. But I believe the Stelama choice was the more compassionate route. And as much as we wanted Achaka to get back into the tournament, I think shooting an arrow into the dragon's eye was more of the bravery option. Anyway, I'm trying to stay thematic. And for some reason, if we speak to the knight right here, we can't inform him of Achaka's demise, which was what I thought was the entire purpose of going out to find Achaka, is to report back on what's going on with him. Never mind, let's continue on. Now that we have the ability to fire this bow and arrow effectively, we should be able to cross this. Well, I think the correct term for this is the ravine, not like before. Oh dear, poor Triumph. I hope that we will be rescuing Triumph very soon.
I'd always been a straight shooter, but Achaka opened my eyes.
Alright, that one wasn't that bad.
Well, thank you.
Well, that obviously did not come out of thin air. We are not able to turn around here, but we are able to stop.
take out all those goblins?
With swiftness or patience? You'll have to wait and see.
Now this area isn't hard to get through, but it did take me a few occasions to get through this in a compassionate way. Because as you can see here, when you shoot one of these creatures, I kind of missed this one, but you can see them limping away, or crawling away. Now if we shoot them a second time, then we kill them. We can allow them to leave, or help each other leave, so that they all survive. Now I believe that this is the compassionate route. So we're not meant to shoot the ones that are injured, or ones without weapons. So as you can see here, these two here are trying to distract us. So if you do kill them, I believe that is more of the courageous route, although I don't know what's so courageous about shooting unarmed and injured creatures, even though that they are trying to kill us. But it is possible to shoot these by accident as well, because those two that were coming across here leapfrogging, they do get in the way slightly. Any more?
Release me, you fiends! Oh, it's you again! Save me! Save me! Stop this madness! Help! Oh, actually more of a... Ow! 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 You could have saved me, boy! I'm sorry! No! Who will deliver all my oftentimes delicious ingredients? Who will feed and bathe Mr. Fancy Cakes? I have no fix for this!
Now we could have actually saved him if we shot the creatures just there, but that would mean killing them. I'm not sure how compassionate it is by shooting him instead, but it's not as funny if we had just left him alone. Now I believe we can only find 2 items here, because there's something that makes me feel like I'm missing something, which I will show you momentarily. The first thing that we can find is the gold coin.
I searched that vagrant's cart for my money, but I only found 1 coin.
And this feather right here.
A package had flown off the cart that was to be delivered to the Hobblepots. It was a snoozing leaf.
Now, from reading a guide, there is only these 2 items here, but when I exit out, for some... Oh. What? Now you work. I had 1 test run and 1 abandoned recording because I forgot to turn on my microphone. And for some reason, no matter where I moved, Graham always faced his cart when I tried to move away. And now when it comes to an actual recording that's going fairly well, it all works out fine. Slightly disappointed, but somewhat relieved as well. It's always quite fun showing off weird bugs. Let's go and give the Hobblepots their feather. And find a way to free Triumph. Now we have this gold coin, we should be able to purchase the lantern, which means we will be able to enter the cave where the wolves are, and also the forest where the wolves are as well. For some reason they like dark areas.
Strict decrees forbid us from accepting bribes. Oddly, Addendum 2 lets us accept peanut butter sandwiches in times of distress.
I will keep that in mind.
Careful with that. We don't need a rehash of the Dargoner incident, do we?
Now let's just see if this works.
Shame. But the tournament must go on.
Alright, so he already knows somehow.